everybody, welcome to the Mana Vault. Today we're going to be opening up a box of set boosters from the brand new set Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. I'm pretty excited about this. This set is very powerful. I would say this is probably one of the most powerful standard sets we've seen since probably like Ikoria, maybe sometime back then. Not as good as Throne of Eldraine, but a lot better than the sets that we've been seeing in the last year or so. There we have our art at the beginning. We'll go ahead and get these packs out of here. Alright, without any further ado, we'll go ahead and jump into it. Looks like we got some pull tabs there, so that works out well. Alright, art is in the front. Looks like we get a foil special land here. I know that these lands are actually kind of valuable. I think they're going for about $2.50 a piece for the non-foil, so hitting a foil right off the bat is pretty good. So we'll go with foil there. Just kind of some commons here. Nothing super exciting with the commons. There is one common that's currently going for over $1, but again, these are pre-sale prices. I expect those prices to go down quite a bit. We do get one of the commander face cards here with the Shishiro, the Shattered Blade. And we get a nice mythic in the first pack from the actual set. We get Tezzeret, Betrayer of Flesh. A lot of people are very excited about this card. Across formats, just that static ability on this thing is crazy, making it so that your artifacts cost 2 less to activate. Only for the first turn, or first time that turn, but pretty crazy nonetheless. We also get a foil Rabbit Battery. And we do get a list card because these are set packs. We have a chance of getting a list card, and if anybody can tell me the cards on the list, I would be surprised. Not the best list card, but we'll have more opportunities later on. Same land, this time not foil. Some commons. A couple of uncommons. We get Eiganjo Uprising, not a very good rare. Giving your opponent creatures never seems like a very good idea. And here we do get a foil Invoke Despair in the Neon Dynasty special, I can't remember what this is called, Neon Glow frame, I believe, something like that. So we get a foil, and I don't think this is etched. No, doesn't look to be etched. I know etched foils are available on some of these cards. Maybe this is etched, I can't really tell, but it is some sort of foil of this Invoke Despair. Forgot these are pull tabs. Art. Our land. I'm not sure if we're guaranteed to get this type of land out of a set pack. I know in draft boosters you can still get the regular basics, but these are pretty valuable right now. Again, pre-release prices has them at around $2.50 a piece. There's For Knowledge, a nice reprint. This is one of the uncommons that is worth a little bit more, mainly because in Legacy it goes infinite. I guess you could also do some things in Commander, I imagine. But in Legacy you can go infinite with this Lion's Eye Diamond, and can't remember the name of the card, but there's an enchantment from 5th Dawn. So that uncommon is actually selling for $2 right now. We get another Planeswalker. We get Kaido Shizuki, another one of the hyped up Planeswalkers from this set. Pretty interesting because it phases out if it came into play. Basically the first time you play it, it'll phase out at the end of your turn. So your opponents can't use their sorcery speed removal on it. Moving right along. There we go. We finally get a land that isn't one of the specialty lands. Just a Scoured Barrens there. Some commons. A couple of uncommons. Here's our first look at one of the legendary lands, although maybe one of the worst of the legendary lands available here. We do get the red one, lets you make some creatures. These channel lands, as I imagine they'll be referred to as. And we get a foil Thousand-Faced Shadow. Foil rare, can't complain there. What is the list? That's what we always want to know, Watsy. Nobody knows. They change it all the time, and they, for some reason, continue to add bad cards to it every single time. Don't really know why. We get a nice little forest. Some commons and uncommons. Reality Heist kind of throws back to dig through time. Pretty interesting card there. Costs less for all your artifacts, but then lets you dig through time for artifacts specifically. We get another commander rare here. We get the Myosin of Roaring Blades. And at first glance, this card looks good, but then you read it and it gets worse, and then you read it again and it gets worse, and kind of repeat. Basically, every time you read through the card, you pick up on another thing that just makes this card worse and worse. Unfortunately, unplayable. A foil Coiling Stalker, and we're still trying to figure out what the list is. Maybe we'll open more list cards. Yeah, these lands do look very nice. We have an island this time. Commons and uncommons. We get another one of the rare lands. The blue one's actually pretty decent. Lets you bounce basically any non-land permanent. However, it doesn't say it that way. That way, if you have an enchantment land, like an Urza Saga, you are allowed to bounce it using that land. Where if it said non-land permanent, you would not be able to do so. So pretty interesting. Being able to bounce artifact lands, enchantment lands, creature lands, things like that. Bloodfell Caves, Seven Tail Mentor, kind of some more commons. We get another Invoke Despair. We had the Neon Glow foil version before, this time just a regular. We get a foil Grave Lighter, and we do get another list card. And again, not very good, just from Commander Legends, Brynlin. This one does have the stamp on it. No artist signature for this one. They probably couldn't get it, so there's just a little stamp there in the top left corner. Basic Mountain. Some commons. Decent uncommon land there. We get Satsuki, the Living Lore, your Saga Tribal Commander. I don't know if it's very good in Standard or anything like that, but maybe you can do something with it in Commander. If you made it this far, it would be nice if you like this video. You could let us know by liking the video, as well as subscribing. It does mean a lot to us. Some commons, uncommons. We get Gingotaxius as another mythic here. Another great mythic to hit. These Praetors are always nice. This one basically doubles your artifact, instant, or sorcery spell that you cast each turn, the first one, and it counters your opponent. So if you can get this thing in play, it's pretty brutal for your opponent. You get a foil Era of the Ancient Fang, and still trying to find more list cards. So we've done really well with our mythics so far. We've hit a lot of the top mythics in the set. Gingotaxius, we got, and then two Planeswalkers. We got the Tezzeret and I can't remember his name, Kaido or something. Some commons, uncommons. We do get another one of the commander cards, another Myosin, this time the black one, Myosin of Grim Betrayal. And we do get a mythic out of this as well. We get Jugen Defends the Temple. So you get to do 2 chapters. All the sagas in this set are 2 chapters where you do something. The 3rd chapter, you basically get to have some sort of creature. This time you get the Remnant of the Rising Star. And then a foil Uprising Renegade. And we do get a list card. This time we get just a standard Lightning Bolt. Starting to get outclassed a little bit in Modern, but it'll always have its own. Unholy Heat is unfortunately taking the place of Lightning Bolt all over the format. We get a nice, beautiful foil island here. Some commons and uncommons. This Colossal Sky Turtle, I really like this card. 2 different channel abilities, plus it's kind of just a big 6/5 flying Ward 2 creature, so small chance that you might see a little bit in Living End. Probably not, but you never know. Another commander card here. We're not getting the Shrine Commander, but we do get another face card for the commander deck. We get Katori, Pilot Prodigy, and Farewell. Great board wipe, lets you get rid of whatever you need to get rid of at the time. Not much else to say there. And a foil, the Shattered States Era. Thornwood Falls is our land this time. Some commons and uncommons. Now this Greasefang guy, I don't know if it's going to be good in Modern, but I really do like the ability to reanimate a Parhelion on turn 3, attack with it for 13 damage, and still have 2 Sarah Angels in play. It is weak to removal, graveyard hate, and some other stuff, hand hate, but it's interesting nonetheless. I would love to try out the deck, see what happens with it. Again, whether it's competitively viable or not, we'll find out over the coming weeks, but it is a cool concept nonetheless. Another swamp, uncommons and some commons. Just because we're passing it, we do get this Moonsnare prototype. Very exciting card. Another Springleaf Drum type effect. Springleaf Drum has always been a great card. This one allows you to also tap artifacts though, which is pretty crazy. So it's kind of like the new Mox Opal of Modern, I suppose. We get another March here. We get the March of the Wretched Sorrow, this time with the neon glow frame, the black one, followed by an Invoke Justice. Pretty interesting card here. Lets you bring back any permanent to the battlefield, so that's pretty cool. In white. And then a foil, Repel the Vial. And there is, it's kind of funny that they put the Wanderer in the set, because there is a Wanderer in the set. It's one of the mythics. It's actually a pretty interesting planeswalker because it has flash. It lets you use those abilities the first turn it comes into play, as though they had flash as well. But this time we get just the first version of the Wanderer that we ever saw back in War of the Spark. Not a very good card, but most of the uncommons were not that good of planeswalkers, unfortunately. They can't all be Narset Parter Avails, I suppose. You are already dead. This is the new card to name when you're getting ready to defeat your opponent on Magic Online or something. When you go to play your Pithing Needle and you're about to knock them out, you just name You Are Already Dead for the Rubbins. We get Shigeki, Jukai, Visionary. Not much to say there. We get a foil, Heir of the Ancient Fang, and we get Days Undoing. Speaking of Narset Parter Avails, this is a pretty good card to go with that. Make your opponents not have anything more than just 1 card in their hand is always nice, while you get 7 new cards. Days Undoing is pretty decent. Only problem is it does end the turn, so you don't get to use the cards before your opponents do. And we get a couple of shrines here in the uncommon slot back to back. We get another Myojin. This time we get the white one. And we get Ishin, 2 Heavens as 1. I think this is one of the more anticipated commanders out of the set. I think this and a couple of other ones. I know that there was at least 1 card that spiked up because of this. Makes it so that your attacking triggers happen twice. For any of you that do watch Modern Meta Matchups, we do have one already filmed. It's currently in the editing process, so sometime you will actually get it. We haven't given up on you guys, don't worry. We just had a lot going on over the Christmas time. Various members had COVID. We get Ryu Storm's Edge. We also had other issues with people being on vacation, different things like that. I don't think I got a token or a list card here. Not sure what's going on there. We got foil lethal exploit. But we have already filmed the next modern meta matchups. It is in the editing process, so sometime in the next week or two, you guys will be able to see it. Got a foil forest, so that's our third foil. I can't remember the name of that, what the nickname of those lands are. Kamigawa lands here. Spell Pierce is back in standard. This here, just first time I've seen it here. This is the most expensive common in the set currently. Tameo Safekeeping. 1 mana to make any of your permanents indestructible and hexproof until end of turn. Plus you gain 2 life. Another one of the more expensive uncommons, this Invigorating Hot Spring. It's nice because it lets you put counters on your creatures when they come in, and then lets them have haste as well. Then we get the Inventive Iteration, our Saga Rare, on the backside. Foil Lucky Offering, and gotta make new friends. Wizards wants you to make new friends. Every Friday night. Basic Mountain. There we go. We got the most expensive rare in the set. Probably one of the more overhyped cards in all of Kamigawa. Everybody is worried that this is going to ruin formats and everything, but I don't know. It is a good card. However, I don't think it's as good as all the hype is making it out to be. Pre-selling for like $35 right now. I'm sure this will have to go down in price. There's no way a standard rare can maintain $35, but yeah. Nonetheless, definitely one of the hits you want to see out of your rare slot. And another, I don't really know what this is worth right now, the Gauntlet of Power. I know this used to be kind of expensive, but I think it did get reprinted in Times Power Remastered, so it's probably only worth like $5 now. But at one point, I think Gauntlet of Power might have been $20 or more. Nonetheless, a pretty good list card to hit. Swiftwater Cliffs. Various commons and uncommons. Another Safekeeping. Oh, we get the Mirror Box. One of the more expensive rares in the set again. It's only worth like $6 or $7 right now, but you never know with Commander. This could become a very expensive card one day. And we get it in the special frame. Our rare, we get Goro Goro, Disciple of Ryusei. Nothing too great there. Foil Anchor to Reality. That's the new Tinker, but it only lets you get specifically vehicles or equipment. So, unfortunately, probably not going to do it. Maybe if it could grab like a Blightsteel Colossus, it could be good enough to run. However, being limited to just vehicles and equipment does mean that the best thing you're probably going to get with it, by at least in a cheating manner, would be to find something like Cauldron Complete or something along those lines. So probably not going to quite get there. We do get March of Otherworldly Light, probably the best March, the white one here. Kind of comparable to Prismatic Ending. I wouldn't say it's as good, but it is interesting. It is instant speed, and it answers anything you need it to. And a Foil Reckoning Shakedown. Tranquil Clove, various commons, some uncommons. We get a 2-mana black vehicle rare. We get the Mukotai Soul Ripper. Sorry if I butcher some of these pronunciations. 4/3 for crew 2. We get a foil rare Ogre Head Helm. This is the one that when it or a equipped creature deals damage to a player, you can discard your hand and draw 3 cards by sacrificing it. Jungle Hollow. Ooh, another Gingotaxius, man. Second Gingotaxius of the box. This time we do get the neon, I think it's called Neon Glow. I could be wrong on the name of that alternate art, but it is the alternate border here from Kamigawa. Second Gingotaxius of the box. And we get Satoru Umezawa right behind that. Again, it's probably going to be more of an against the odds style deck in Modern if you're going to try it out. But it does allow you to put an Emrakul or a Blightsteel Colossus into play for 4 mana. So, pretty interesting. A foil Jukai trainee. This box has been pretty insane so far. Couple of Gingotaxius. We got the Boseiju, another foil stamp on that art there. We got a basic forest and an island. I think that's not supposed to happen. Quality control isn't always the best, but we still like to spend money on the game. Our rare is Restoration of Iganjo, and we have the backside of it there as well. I could see that card being good in standard, and a foil network terminal. Basic Plains. Yeah, I know, I put a rare in the uncommon pile. You guys can be mad about it. We get another mythic. We get Nashi, Moon Sage's Scion. Unfortunately, I don't think this is the ninjutsu card for me. It's just not that good. Maybe it's a little bit better in Commander where you have more card draw opportunity from it, but in 60 card formats, I don't think it's going to quite get there. Another Plains. We get Kyodai, Soul of Kamigawa is a rare, and a foil Aki Ronin. And oh yeah, just what I wanted out of my list slot. I got everybody's favorite card, Signpost Scarecrow. 4 mana, 2/4 with Vigilance. I wish the list just had cards that were at least playable. They don't need to be valuable, but come on, give us cards that people actually want to play with. I don't see anybody rushing out to get a Signpost Scarecrow. We get another Satoru Umezawa. This time we get the ninja frame and a Scrap Welder. Foil Guardians of Oboro. We are nearing the end. We only have a few more packs after this. Eater of Virtue. Pretty interesting card there. Kind of reminds me of Soulflare, but in equipment form. Just 2 packs left here. Hopefully everybody enjoyed this opening. Feel free to comment on all the cards that you're excited about from Kamigawa. Let us know if you opened up a box yourself, if you got what you wanted out of that box, anything like that. Our rare is a March of Swirling Mist. Blue one there. And a foil Goshintai of Hidden Cruelty, the new black saga. And the last pack here. A foil Bloodfell Caves. The Hotshot Motorist is Born to Drive. And we've got the Soul Transfer. And another foil rare, we get March of Otherworldly Light. Soul Transfer, kind of like an upgraded Murder. Nothing crazy about it though. And a foil March of Otherworldly Light. Thank you everybody for watching. Until next time, this has been the Mana Vault.